is a real pleasure to have you here as part of this series. Canada is extremely important. Here in the U.S., it is our largest foreign supplier of hydrocarbons to the United States.
Canada's energy endowment is world-class. The International Energy Agency predicts that global energy demand will grow by 30% by 2040, and Canada is uniquely positioned to play a part in meeting that demand. Canada's energy resources and infrastructure are spread across a nation which is the world's second largest geographical area, from the Pacific to the Arctic to the Atlantic. And you'll hear more about some of these parts in a few minutes. And we have a very diverse energy portfolio, and therefore Canada is a global energy leader with tremendous renewable resource potential for more hydroelectricity, but also other renewable energies such as wind, biomass, solar, and geothermal. In fact, 81% of Canadian electricity production comes from sources that are non-greenhouse gas emitting.
In the license areas that have come out to bid since 2014 to this year, we believe that there are some 50 billion barrels of oil and some 200 trillion cubic feet of natural gas just in those yellow areas. We haven't gotten to the gray areas yet with our resource assessments. So that is indeed significant on a global scale. Not many jurisdictions can claim to have in some 80,000 square kilometers of area that type of potential unrisked prospectivity.
In terms of being the best in terms of regulatory processes, I want to say that Canadian energy is the most responsibly produced energy on the face of the earth. And that's not just us saying that. This is Worley Parsons' quotation that the results of the current review re-emphasize that Canada's environmental assessment processes are among the very best in the world.
Nova Scotia is an example of a jurisdiction that understands it is possible to move towards a cleaner energy future in an affordable way. We also recognize that while finding the right energy mix, we can make the most of our advantages. We will continue to look for and develop our offshore petroleum resources. And we have an internationally recognized service and supply chain with experience in both oil and gas in the renewable energy sectors. They're competing and succeeding regionally and internationally on large-scale projects.
The OECD talks about the fact that the ocean economy will double by 2030. This represents a $1.5 trillion opportunity in ocean, largely driven by technological advances that are allowing us to get farther and deeper than ever before. And the ocean presents tremendous new resources to help us address some of the challenges of the future.
This is an autonomous vessel that went to site, launched, did synchronized survey, recovered autonomously and brought it back to the beach, all with real-time data streaming from the seafloor. In the second phase, we didn't use REV because it wasn't deep enough, but we actually did, with Kongsberg using their research vehicle, the same surface vessel, same type of AUV, and synchronous operations with surface mapping from a surface multi-beam and a deepwater AUV down to 4,000 meters, all from the beach. So went out to the site, surveyed, came back, and then processed the data.
What coating do we use on this particular platform, as an example? What metallurgy do we use under these conditions? The answers to these questions exist. The problem is it's in the wasteland of your shared drives and your SharePoint sites. It can't be accessed. We feel this tool can help organizations to do that. Through the SME process, they can have oversight on the question and answer process. We involve natural language processing that helps learn as use increases with user and SME feedback. And then the answer comes back to the project team and is presumably implemented.
you can construct replicas of your actual oil and gas or wind farm or aquaculture facility and actually test out technologies in the operator's own environment. So that's critical for also machine learning, whereby the equipment can actually learn about the environment it's going to be placed in at a later date.